Hello everyone, and welcome to the 3 Crochet channel. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to do the single crochet stitch, which is the first in a series of 5 basic crochet stitches. Most of the other stitches are based on these 5, either by combining them or by using various other techniques. In my tutorials, I use US terminology. In UK terminology, this stitch is called double crochet. The US abbreviation is SC, and the UK abbreviation is DC. The graphic symbol used in crochet diagrams is the plus sign, or the letter X. So, let's get started. You will need crochet yarn, a crochet hook, and a few stitch markers. If you don't have stitch markers, you can use bobby pins, paper clips, or safety pins. We're going to start by creating a slip knot and making a foundation chain of 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I'll make one more chain stitch. This is called a turning chain, and it sets the height of the row we will work on. Looking at the chain, you'll notice it looks like a series of V's. We will work the first stitch into the second chain from the hook. Remember, the loop on the hook doesn't count as a chain stitch, so this is the second chain. Pinch the chain behind this second stitch, between your thumb and middle finger, and insert the hook under the top loop. Now rotate the hook up, yarn over, rotate the hook down, and pull the yarn through the same loop. You'll have 2 loops on the hook. Move your fingers to pinch the base of these 2 loops, rotate the hook up, yarn over again, rotate the hook down, and pull through both loops. This is your first single crochet stitch. I suggest placing a stitch marker at the beginning of each row, after you've worked the first stitch, at least for a while, until you get used to distinguishing the last stitches at the row ends. I'll use a paper clip to show you how. Insert the stitch marker into the space between the turning chain and the worked stitch. Okay, after placing the stitch marker, work into the next chain stitch. Pinch the chain behind the stitch, between your fingers. Insert the hook under the top loop. Rotate the hook up, yarn over, rotate down, pull the yarn back through the loop, and rotate the hook up. You have 2 loops on the hook. Move your fingers to pinch the base of these 2 loops, yarn over, rotate the hook down, and pull through both loops. This is your second single crochet stitch. Pinch the chain behind the next chain stitch. Insert the hook under the top loop, rotate up, yarn over, rotate down, pull through the loop, rotate up. You have 2 loops on the hook. Move your fingers, yarn over, rotate down, and pull through both loops. Pinch the chain. Insert the hook, rotate up, yarn over, rotate down, pull the yarn through the loop. Rotate up, move your fingers, yarn over, rotate down, pull through both loops. Pinch the chain. Insert the hook, yarn over, rotate down, pull the yarn through the loop. Rotate up, move your fingers, yarn over, rotate down, pull through both loops. Now, let's make the last single crochet stitch of this row. Pinch the knot behind the chain stitch with your fingers. Insert the hook, rotate up, yarn over, rotate down, and pull the yarn through the loop. Rotate up, move your fingers, yarn over again, and pull through both loops. Now you've finished the first row of single crochet stitches. What you see in front of you is the front side of the work, also called the right side. After working a few rows, to know which side you're on, as a guide, you should know that you work on the right side if the tail of the yarn is on your left. Also, if you count the V's, you should have 10 stitches. So, no matter how many rows you work, you should always have the same number of stitches in each row. Okay, now let's start the next row. Make 1 chain stitch. This is called a turning chain and it sets the height of the next row. Flip your work like a book. So now we're on the back side of the work, and we need to identify where to insert the hook. You'll see these bumps and the spaces between them, just below the 2 loops of the V's. So these are the spaces where the crochet hook will be inserted. Pinch your work between your thumb and middle finger, under the first space between the 2 bumps, and insert the hook through that space, under the top 2 loops. Rotate the hook up. Yarn over. Rotate the hook down, and pull the yarn back through that space. You have 2 loops on the hook. Rotate the hook up. Yarn over again. Rotate the hook down, and pull through both loops. Now you have the first single crochet stitch worked on the second row. Insert the stitch marker into the space between the turning chain and the worked stitch. Pinch between your fingers under the space between the next 2 bumps. Insert the hook, yarn over, rotate down, pull the yarn through the loop. Yarn over, rotate down, pull through both loops. Repeat these steps until the end of the row. Now we're at the last stitch of the row. Remove the stitch marker, insert the hook into that space and work the last stitch. Work 1 chain stitch and turn your work. Continue in the same way, working as many rows as needed until you master the single crochet stitch. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and that you're now comfortable with the simple crochet stitch. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Stay tuned for our next tutorial where we'll learn the half double crochet stitch. Happy crocheting and see you next time.